I was reading more about that play, Rossum's Universal Robots, that I've done a couple videos about, and I think there's an interesting point, and early on in the summary of the story, which is that the robots look like humans, because indeed, in this case, they're actually created out of organic biological matter, but they have no thoughts of their own. But eventually, they're capable of rebellion, which means it's like there's some kind of spark of life inside of them. I don't know. It's very mysterious, but I think also this is where it does get to be very ambiguous in a way that is actually, you could see, it's ambiguous in a way that's very dangerous, because when you say that they are robots but they have no thoughts of their own, what does that really mean? Does it mean that their minds are literal databases where only information is stored in the same way that you look at a computer? Or does it mean that they are basically that they have certain kinds of human weaknesses that make them unable to question authority, or to be able to think for themselves, or they're driven by actual human emotions, fear, allegiance, love, even maybe arrogance, perhaps. And because we're not sure which one of these scenarios that it is, it also seems like it would be very easy for an inventor to get. I think the inventor who's creating these robots, I think, to get very sloppy and about their entire creation. Because on the one hand, you're aware that they have a will of their own, obviously, if they are indeed human, and yet at the same time, you can convince yourself that they essentially don't have an identity, that they don't even exist. Because when you look at a database, a database in many ways is a non-entity. It's a non-person, right? It's not. It doesn't, obviously does not have a will of its own. So how can the idea that you would be able to believe in those two things at the same time is I think where I think a lot of the human race would run into trouble, and I think that that's exactly what the playwright is trying to illustrate.